Hey everybody, welcome to this channel. Today we want to talk about 10 body language signs she's attracted to you. Make sure to watch until the end of the video, because it's one of the most amazing hacks you have ever seen. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss more videos and much more. Humans historically share the constant manner of approach. However, each man and the lady will approach the opposite and specific their interest victimization body language. Whereas it should appear typical for men to raise the ladies out first, generally it's troublesome for the person to inform however the girl feels concerning him. There are multiple reasons why men fail to check body language. However, for each reason, there's a fine solution. A man isn't always snug enough to approach a lady while not knowing if the interest is mutual. Asking her out is usually an excellent place to start. However, what if her responses and actions are obscure and her visual communication tough to read? Men might also not raise her out quickly because of their concern that she isn't fascinated by him. They will also worry about being seen as awkward or use negative body language in their decision to bespeak the girl, probably ruination a decent friendship. No matter a man's attempts, it depends on the woman if they want to pursue a relationship. You can't assume that a girl is interested supported those instances of visual communication alone. It's necessary to be ready to browse them properly and not misinterpret her friendliness for one thing more. Ensure to not misinterpret her verbal communications if her potential jokes are done out of friendly relationships and nil more. In several cases, men have issues reading social signs, particularly sexual signs. On the opposite hand, if you discover that a woman is showing their physical or sexual interest in you however don't reciprocate these feelings, then reply to the negative body language by declarative that you aren't interested. Some clues are difficult and indirect. Others are direct to read. It's necessary to ascertain these signs of visual communication correctly. Think about the subsequent signs once you seek flesh language. 1. She stands erect with her abdomen tucked tightly, and shoulders forced back. If a girl stands with a tall posture, stomach tucked, and shoulders pulled back, she is also curious about you. It's proof that she desires to look her best and build an honest impression. It's simple to require a note of her posture and its changes as she walks off from or towards you. If she senses that you're looking, she might make changes to her posture. She strengths subconsciously lick her lips or stroke her neck on time approaching or giving you. Girls do that to emphasize their body or face. Otherwise, she may emphasize her body as that if you notice her hands on hips. In doing so, she is any action her visual communication is paying direct attention towards you. She may additionally tilt her head or stroke her hair. 2. She points her feet towards you. This can be a nonverbal sign that will appear a bit weird to you. However, there's one thing more to the informed foot than chance. This can be a notable sign because of individuals aren't invariably aware or tuned in to what position their feet are in. If a woman's feet are informing in your direction throughout the conversation, it should be proof of interest. If they're turned in a very completely different direction, or facing the door, there's seemingly no interest. A girl who sits together with her feet to a lower place or with tightly crossed legs, her visual communication indicates that she's nervous or not comfy in your presence. However, a woman is relaxed once her feet are distanced from her body, which might mean that she's somewhat comfortable around you. 3. She reacts to your touches. The reaction she provides to your touches is an indicator of however she feels about you or if she's curious about you. If a girl is into you, she is going to notice the slightest touch, even the platonic ones. She might blush, giggle, or flash a fast smile. If she's not interested, she may draw back or not even notice your touch. Be selective together with your touches and confirm you're careful to not build inappropriate advances or touches. Pay careful attention to the visual communication of girls and perceive if your actions are creating them uncomfortable. If partaking in a very conversation, a gentle touch on her hand will show her reaction. 4. She's become comfy enough with you to touch you. Girls can typically place their hands on a man if they're curious about him. She might graze his arm in a very agreement with one thing he's saying or rub his hand as a show of affection. This type of visual communication portrays however the girl feels comfy adequately near the man that she doesn't feel terrified or clumsy once physically interacting with a man. This isn't asking to begin a relationship or have interaction in a sexual encounter. Her visual communication could just show signs that she likes you. Once she begins to create changes to your coverage or prick items of lint off from your collar or clothing, she is also romantically curious about you. You may invariably bite her gently to check out her response throughout this engagement. Some girls are loving with virtually everyone, and therefore, a small touch isn't any indication that she's interested in you. 5. She mimics your gestures and motions. This can be one of all the large signs given off by women who have an interest in a man. She begins to mirror or mimic your levels of energy by talking like you, mistreatment several equivalent expressions as you, and suddenly creating some of the same movements as you. Another one to note is that she begins using some of the same terminologies as you do, particularly short phrases. New detail is that she is using similar hand gestures as well, appreciating moving her hands to emphasize one thing or putting her hands on hips. These hand gestures might not indicate anything, however, it's something to appear out for regardless. 6. She perpetually fixes herself up close to you. Once a girl preens, she's fixing or twiddling with herself to create herself respectable for you. She may do one thing as straightforward as apply lip gloss, fix her bangs, or straighten her blouse. In reading physical body language, it should be proof of her nerves are desperate to look nice for the guy she's curious about. Fidgeting or preening may be a natural show of nervousness in her body language. Some studies show that ladies can preen or pout if they're interested in a man. This can be typically proof of utmost attraction and typically simple to select upon. In noticing her fixing herself up after you are around, you're paying attention to her visual communication, learning to seek out body language cues, and you perceive what's a positive body of language as against a negative one. Appreciate someone returning onto you too strongly. 7. Her visual communication is loose once around you. If she's relaxed in your presence, she's comfy around you. This isn't an indicator that she's interested in you because it may be how she is around those she's comfy with. You'll need to place a bit of thought into this sign. If the two of you haven't famed one another long, however, she uses a relaxed variety of body language, which might mean that she's interested. By employing a relaxed style of body language, appreciate perpetually touching you, or being about to you. She is showing that she will be able to be herself once around you. If you discover her mistreatment and equivalent hand gestures as it shows that the two of you are exhibiting every other's physical trait, so informed to a positive sign of visual communication of women. Most ladies must be compelled to feel comfy before they permit their body language to specific relaxation around the person they're interested in. 8. She tilts her head towards yours throughout the conversation. If you're speaking and she's tilting inward, she's confronted with you and what you're telling. This can be very true if she will this whereas the two of you with a bunch of different people. It's your speech that she's most interested in. It's additionally proof that she desires to feel nearer and connect with you intimately. Once this visual communication of girls is given, be respectful of her space. Don't tilt your head forward. You don't wish to look too eager, however, show that you're listening by partaking eye contact. 9. She blushes uncontrollably after you come back around. Red-faced is one of the foremost noticeable and ancient signs that a girl is curious about a person. She is going to blush when a man that she likes offers her a compliment or says one thing nice to her. It's a positive body language because it may be a surefire sign that she feels one thing for you. 10. She's remarkably shy. There's back, so there's shy only if she's around you. Once a girl is curious about a person, however, doesn't grasp him yet, she might become shy or slightly nervous when around him. It's crucial for comprehending physical body language regarding the girl standing nervous only close to you, because it may be an obvious gesture that she senses something toward you. She'll build abrupt movements, blink her eyes quickly, yawn continuously, or distort her hands. These are signs of nervousness, which generally happens once someone is back and around somebody they're interested in. We hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe and like our video to support us. And turn on notifications so you don't miss more videos. See you at the next video.